Hey guys, so now that you have finished the visual part of the project we're working on, we will move on to the music part, okay? So in this, you are making a sound collage or mashup based on the songs that we submitted when I sent you this survey for Brookside Pandemic Playlist. Any songs that people sent, I converted to MP3, and now we have this really awesomely stocked library, okay? So you will break into your groups based on the color you chose to do your monochromatic tile, okay? And you will decide one person needs to be the sound engineer, okay? That person will go into Soundtrap and combine, pick 3 or 4, maybe even 5 songs from this that you will put little snippets of, and make one 60-second to 90-second, minute and a half song. Okay, so the first thing you need to do as a group is listen to or just look at the list of the songs and choose your 4 or 5 songs that you want to compile. Okay, might even be less, it might only be 2 or 3, that's okay. Once you do that, you find your songs, you're going to right click and then download. Okay, so just make sure you, whoever your sound engineer is, whoever you're assigning to that, and if there's only one person in the group, it's you. Okay, so just go over here and right click, download, and just do that for the songs you chose. Once you're done with that, then you will need to go to Soundtrap. And if you haven't used it in a while and it's not, in one of these for you, you might have to actually type it in, okay? So once you type that in, it'll bring you to a window. If you haven't signed in for a very long time, it'll look something like this. You want to go to just log in, right? Use your login with Google. It'll use your student.allendale K8 account, and then it'll get you in there, okay? Once you are in, you want to go to Enter Studio. Be patient. Remember that this is a web-based software, meaning that it is not housed locally on the computer. It has to send information all the way to California where their, place is located and send the information back. It's kind of amazing when you think about it. So you don't want the music side, you want the podcast side, because we're measuring this in seconds, not in measures or bars, okay? So we're going to do that. And then now you need to import. If you go to this right here, import file, and it'll open up a dialog box. You will go to, over here, whatever it is you want to import, okay? And then it will give you this. It takes a second for it to process, so just be patient. Okay, now you can listen to it, and I suggest doing one track at a time. So choose the one that you want to listen to first. That way you don't have to worry about, soloing out the track or muting the other tracks. You can just have it all active, okay? So maybe this one, I just want to this part here. Maybe I just want these first couple of seconds. And really look at the, listen to it. And when you see something like this with the lower amplitude here, that means that this is generally something fading out. And that's a great place to cut and then be able to mix, okay? Lower amplitude parts are much easier to mix. So you might shoot for, I want from here to there. So I'm going to go click on this. Wherever the playhead is, that's where it'll snip, edit. All right, you can do the Control E as well if you want to do that, but split region, I'm going to get rid of that beginning. I'm going to actually just move this over. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to cut it from the middle of that, okay? So it has a bit of a natural fade. I'm going to, again, click, split region, cut. Okay, so I can continue doing this for multiple pieces. If you remember good mixing, you should have maybe a fade in and a fade out, right? If you have 2 tracks, like if I go and import another file, and I have them next to each other, I could have them just directly next to each other. I could leave some space. That's one way to mix. Or I could do a crossfade. And if you remember, that's one fades out, the other fades in, right? So I could do that, and I could just fade like this. I could mix this. Again, do a cut. Gonna cut out that beginning. I could actually just trim it this way. So now if you look at this, now I have a quick crossfade, and then one will go directly into the other. Okay, so that's how you would do a crossfade. Other things you could do, if you remember, you could always use the automations to create pans, volumes, and sweeps. You should remember that from when we did it in class. You could also do just lowering the volume of the individual tracks, okay, and that lowers the volume or raises the volume for the entire track, okay. So those are your options as far as that goes. I have another one that I already started doing. Once you pick your 3 songs or 4, could even be 5, it's completely up to you how long the segments are that you choose to put in there. Once you finish doing that, so this one has 3 segments and it's about, a minute and 20, so that's fine. You would go to this right here. You would put the title in, all right? And our titles should be, and it's listed here on the website, homeroom, AM or PM, and then the color you choose. So for Mr. Goodman's class, Goodman PM yellow would be the example that is put in here. All right, so once you title it, then you need to click save, okay? If you remember from class, one of the most important things I harp on all the time is that you have to hit save. If it's purple, there's something new on the page. You have to click save if you want to keep it. And because it's not housed locally on the computer, it's a web-based software, you have to give it a minute to process, okay? So just be patient, let it save, leave the tab open. Once it is saved, if you notice on this tab, it is gray, okay? It's no longer purple. That means I saved everything on this page. If it's gray, it's okay, you're all set. Then we go over to where it says File and Export. Okay, export project to MP3. This is really important because if you don't put it in an MP3 format, we can't convert it and put it in the QR code, and we'll embed it into the actual tiles. And you could go up to it with a cell phone and scan the QR code and play the songs that people are creating today. So it's really cool. It'll be a fun little addition to the project and to the art installation we're putting outside, okay? So that's about that. Please make sure when you are done, when you have that downloaded, that you go to, there should be a folder that your teacher sends you, and it should be called Student Song Mashups. Make sure that you go to New, File Upload, and then upload your mashup, okay? Open, make sure it goes in there because that is your contribution to this, okay? So make sure you do that, and good luck with everything, and I can't wait to hear what you've got, okay? Thanks.